Thank you, Veronica. Well, of course, everyone today is still talking about the Apple Cup as the Cougs make history.
Amazing. Kevin Bollinger's back from the game, and he brings us the emotion and the elation from the game.
That is right, Dave and Lee. There's still a buzz all over the state as the Cougars made history on Saturday, not only winning the Apple Cup, but earning their first trip to Pasadena in 67 years. The atmosphere was electric at Husky Stadium on Saturday for the biggest game of the season as the Cougs were making their run for the Roses. Ryan Leaf and Chris Jackson, the combo of the day, they hooked up for 2 touchdowns, including this spectacular catch and run. The pandemonium was on as the Cougars have beat their cross-state rivals, and the emotions ran high after the game.
It feels great. I'm going to Disneyland. Job.
It was like a feeling we knew we had to do. You know what I'm saying? We have been excited for a game a long time since UCLA at the beginning of the season. The seniors came together, and we was almost crying last night in our little film session. You know, feeling that we knew we had to do that. We was gonna do it. We had a feeling. It was just all week in practice. We've been practicing hard. You know what I'm saying? We were watching more film than we ever watched before. We was ready for this game.
And this afternoon, Ryan Leaf named the Pac-10 Offensive Player of the Year. Mike Price named the Pac-10 Coach of the Year. We're going to have much more coverage of the Apple Cup and the run for the Roses tonight at 6. Also at 6, the Seahawks find themselves with their backs against the wall. We'll hear from them about another disappointing loss in Kansas City yesterday. All of that and a lot more in an hour. We're going to see you then.
The Cougars, to win this past weekend's Apple Cup, are collecting big today. KFFM's Radio Morning co-host Rick Dunn is paying for his wager. He made a bet with his co-host Stacy that the Huskies would win the game. So today, he was out on the corner of First Street in Yakima dressed in a floor-length pink gown. That's a pretty gown, complete with a sash and a bouquet of roses. Rick waved and threw rose petals at passing cars. Rick says he thought the Huskies would win for sure, although he says that he's betting on the Cougars to win.
Uh-oh, you might be back out there in the dress again.
Isn't that the truth?
Against Michigan, you never know.
They're number 1.
Saturday's historic Apple Cup victory means the Washington State Cougars are in the Rose Bowl for the first time since the Great Depression, and the awards started pouring in today. Head coach Mike Price has been named Pac-10 Coach of the Year, and quarterback Ryan Leaf has been named the Conference Offensive Player of the Year. Meanwhile, Cougar fans have been burning up the phone lines trying to get plane tickets and game tickets to the Rose Bowl. Travel agencies are trying to keep up with Rose Bowl requests, but it's tough. By 10 this morning, most direct flights to Pasadena were booked solid. Now here's the number for ticket information. It's 1-800-GO-COUGS, fittingly. But if you are lucky enough to get through, it doesn't mean you'll get tickets. Right now, Rose Bowl tickets are only available to season ticket holders or Cougar Club members. Students get them next week, but the general public can't buy the $75 tickets until December 8th. The Cougar victory is getting them a little more respect in the national college polls. Their 10th win scores the Cougars a 10 as Wazoo moves up 1 notch in both the Associated Press and coaches polls. After falling to 7-4 on the season, meanwhile, the Washington Huskies dropped 4 from 17 to 21 in the AP poll. Well, the Huskies' bowl future won't be decided until after Friday's game between Arizona and Arizona State. The likely holiday destinations for the Huskies is either the Sun Bowl in El Paso on New Year's Eve or the Aloha Bowl in Hawaii on Christmas Day. At a news conference today, Coach Jim Lambright said quarterback Brock Huard will return next season for his junior year at the UW. Well, Cougar quarterback Ryan Leaf played injured for most of the Apple Cup, and now he's finally got time to see a doctor about it. Leaf jammed his right thumb on the 3rd play of Saturday's game. Even with the swollen digit on his throwing hand, he threw for 358 yards and 2 touchdowns in the victory. Leaf got the thumb x-rayed today in his hometown of Great Falls, Montana. Meanwhile, it appears Michigan will be well prepared for their New Year's Day date with the Cougars. The top-ranked Wolverines are headed to California on December 19th. Almost a full week earlier.
6 Sports is next with Kevin Bollinger.
The last time Washington State was in the Rose Bowl, Herbert Hoover was president of the United States. Frank Sinatra was a teenager, and the #1 TV show was nothing. Television hadn't even been invented yet. Yet here we are 67 years later, and 2 days after clinching the trip to Pasadena on the hated Huskies home turf, the party is still going on. Saturday in Seattle, the electricity was high voltage as the Huskies saluted their graduating seniors and the Cougs playing for the granddaddy, and they couldn't wait to get to it. But it was Washington that struck first. Brock Huard hits Jerome Pathon for the touchdown, and the 7-0 lead as the Husky fans mocking the Coug defense. but Wazoo would battle back in the form of Michael Black, getting into the end zone from 8 yards out. We were all tied up at 7 apiece, and the Coug defense would tighten up as Gary Holmes and Shane Doyle break through for the sack on Heward. Then they turned it over to Ryan Leaf, and he definitely took over in this one. Here hitting Chris Jackson, and check this out as he gets the catch. It breaks free from 2 tacklers, waltzes into the end zone's 57-yard touchdown. That would give the Cougs the lead. Heward would struggle all day this afternoon. He announced he would return next season and not go pro because he didn't want to end on a sour note. 5 interceptions on the afternoon, including 3 by freshman Lamont Thompson. That had the Coug fans in a frenzy at Husky Stadium. Washington State would build a 17-point lead, but back came Washington. Leaf picked off right here by Tony Parrish. He is going to hit pay dirt and dive into the end zone for the touchdown right here. The lead was cut to 3, but this was destiny for the best quarterback in college football as he saluted with the flag. Leaf would not be denied. Here the junior finds Chris Jackson once again for their second touchdown connection of the day, and Jackson would give the pose for good measure. The Roses would come out and the lovin' was going on. The Cougs spending New Year's in Southern California.
Feels great. I'm going to Disneyland.
Nothing I can say can describe this feeling right now. No one out there believed we could do it. No one. Said this team, we believed and we did it. We're going to the Rose Bowl.
We knew we were going to go to the Rose Bowl before the season started. We knew we had the team and talent to do it. It was whether we, would go out and accomplish that, and we did.
So it just feels good, going to some more weather and as prestigious as a bowl, that the Rose Bowl is. It just feels good that we lived up to, our expectations, our fan expectations, our coaches' expectations. We're